What do you know about Romania? Did you know there's not only birthplace of Dracula but also place of the heaviest building, prettiest road and the longest sausage? And by the way, what it has to do with hiking, Camino de Santiago and any long distance walking? On the 8th of October, Romanian authorities opened one of the last pieces of Via Transilvanica 1400 kilometers route, which is called Romanian Camino, and I think you have to include it in your bucket list, and let me tell you why. So the other day I was researching about new caminos, new hikes, places to go relax, find yourself and to lose yourself. And I found this. One of the leading travel news in Europe website has been big announcement that the new prodigious baby is born in Romania and it's called Via Transilvanica, which is 1400 kilometers and can be done on foot, bike, on a horseback. It passes by 5 counties and 7 regions, entire Romania, Bucovina, Highland region, Terra Silcorum, Terra Saxonum, Terra Botanica, Terra Dacia, Terra Romana. Everything, Via passes through all of this, and it's more real than real because it is undiscovered. I feel like Indiana Jones actually sitting here just about to discover something fresh and new. So I decided to dive into information available, especially on the website and a special guide booklet, and see if this new Camino, if this Via Transilvanica is for you, how much does it cost, is it difficult, and if there are any cons that indicate that you shouldn't actually walk that way. So let's see. And if you're still watching this video, that's fantastic. Please like this video because it actually helps a lot. And by the way, we are organizing great Camino de Santiago adventures. So if you're feeling like joining a few of the trips, send me a DM and let's make it together. Although it's stated that Via Transilvanica is 1400 kilometers, it doesn't mean that you have to walk everything in one go. Obviously, the same in Camino de Santiago, you can make yourself few different stages and you can choose which one you have according to your time that you have. The same in Via Transilvanica, there are few different regions, you can decide to do each of them separately or in a go. It would take you around 2 to 3 months if you want to do it in one go, and you probably would go from May to October because it could get really cold outside of the season. Is it difficult? I don't know if it's all about the Caminos. Always the first part, in this case it's 132 kilometers, are like the leg breakers because it passes through this region called Bucovina when the altitude, the difference of altitude is around 700 to 800 meters daily. That means that you have to be prepared for hiking. It's more of a hiking than actually a walk. Preparing yourself, that's a main priority. So be aware that it might be a bit challenging, especially in the first part. Whilst the Via translates and goes through the different parts of Romania, it becomes a bit more plain. But the first one, get ready for that, eh?
That's easy!
The guidebook indicates you that normal day of walking would be around 7 hours on the moderate 3 to 4 kilometers per hour speed, which is a normal and relaxed walk. So have it in mind while you're preparing, have it in mind that every day you might walk around 20 kilometers because it could be good to know it beforehand. If I organize any type of trail, could be John Mooney's trail, it could be a Camino de Santiago, Via Transilvanica, I will have in mind 2 basic stuff: accommodation and food. So researching in the guidebook, we could come to conclusion that there will be a place for you to sleep. So you're probably not going to sleep or somewhere on the floor, but if you look at the book, they advise you to take with you the sleeping bag. That means that there could be many things. But if we have someone here from Romania who did this Camino, please comment down below. What is your experience? What do you think? And let's make it open conversation for everyone. The guidebook also states that you might have with you some pepper spray, but about this we talk in the last chapter, which is called the wildlife, and I will tell you why. Via Transilvanica passes through 108 villages, and there is a place for you to stay. Even more, there is a special text message in the booklet which you can copy paste in Romanian and send it to the next place where you want to sleep, just to book your place. How cool is that, no? They actually thought about it quite cleverly. You will stay with locals, you will stay in villages, you will stay in places that are undiscovered. Don't expect 5-star hotel, crazy amount of silk. No, it's not about that. We don't go to Dubai, we go to do long distance hiking for many months. So let us feel as much local as it possibly can. The food, obviously, when we're gonna stay with locals, we're gonna have some food as well. And a part of food with locals, there is plenty bars and shops all over the way. Maybe plenty, it's a big word, but there are some. And if you think about actually having food during your hike, you know that one time you go to the bar, but the other time you just make yourself a sandwich, you buy things in the supermarket, you prepare yourself some things to eat, some dates, some cashews, some almonds, and then you pack it with you and then you walk all day. And what about the prices? The prices is the main thing because everything goes more expensive. Electricity goes more expensive, which means that the place of accommodation goes expensive. We see this tendency on Camino de Santiago that used to be something really affordable to everyone. Now to go for Camino de Santiago you need some money, but this is not the big thing, and there's always places based on donation, and the same happens here. You might find some places based on donation, but don't take it for granted because sharing is caring. And that takes me to the point that if you want to invite me for the coffee, there's a link just down there below.
Thank you and enjoy your flight.
In Romania, the main currency is lei, so the prices will depend how much you can get for a lei. Accommodation could cost you from 40 to 60 lei, which would be from 9 to 14 euros/dollars. And the price of the food would be actually less. You would think about the meal as a 4 to 9 euros a day. So roughly you can manage with around 20 plus dollars, euros a day. Quite okay. Passing through bigger places, probably you can find many ATMs that you can take the money out, but it's always good to take some money with you, especially in the small little villages. And I have this experience from Camino de Santiago and from villages here in India. They do not use credit cards. You cannot just come, pick and pay and go. You have to use cash. So take it some with you, don't take too much and be happy. Another question is, how do I find my way? The guys from Via Transilvanica, they took it to another level because first of all they came up with a name and they came up with a sign which is placed in many different ways on the road. As well, they did those milestones in Spanish, in Camino Santiago you can call them mojon, those things made out of granite, of some stone, which in Romania are actually handmade by the artists of the art schools. But anyways, they also have an app, they have a GP location, and they have a guidebook which you can take with you. So the finding the direction or the losing it shouldn't be a big issue. What should I particularly be concerned about when going for Via Transilvanica? There is a big stress upon the wildlife. Imagine, this is an undiscovered path. 90% of all the roads are not made out of asphalt. So it passes through woods, fields, it passes through hills and mountains with lots of wildlife. They recommend that you pay special attention to dogs and bears. Obviously, dog is not the thing to be worried about, but being in the presence of bear can be quite challenging and worrying. there is a few guidelines, few ideas of how to actually protect or ask that the bear won't come. So once you walk, you just talk loudly for some time. Once the bear comes close to you, just pretend that there's no big thing going on. And the pepper spray that I told you about is the last way solution that you can use instead of bears or instead of dogs as well. But you might expect those things if you normally go for hiking somewhere that there is lots of wildlife and the normal life that sometimes can be threatening to you or to other people. So the few remarks on the end, because that is something that I wish to share with you. A long walk in itself can take you to the different level of personal growth. I'm all about that. I'm all about studying how the one through the long walking, silence and nature can help oneself to be more balanced, more calm, and more aware of whatever is around. So this particular, not as popular, not as frequented, and not as busy Camino can be a moment for you to find yourself. I wish that you share this spirit with other people who walk in the Camino, and I wish we together discover Romania, Romanian hiking, and Via Transilvanica like we never did before. And hopefully we can make this conversation last for a bit longer. Comment down below what you think about this Camino, comment about different Caminos that you want to do and you want me to talk about, because this is all about that. So if I see you there, give you a big hug and see you.